Hey everybody, how you doing today? Mark here, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. I know I am, and we are going to do some baking. That's right, I don't do a whole lot of baking on this channel, but occasionally I like to have something kind of sweet, you know, cookies and cakes, pies, whatever. But so yeah, I don't do a whole lot of it. And today I want my favorite cookie, and that is an oatmeal raisin cookie. Now, of course, as most of you know, I am type 2 diabetic, so I have to be very careful on what I eat. So I actually have a diabetic oatmeal raisin cookie. Let's get into this. I got all my stuff set up on the counter. Let me show you. Okay, so here's everything we're going to need laid out on the counter, and let's go through it. We are going to need 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now, this is a no sodium baking powder. When you use this stuff, you have to double the actual amount in the recipe. The recipe calls for half a teaspoon, so we're going to put in 1 teaspoon. Need a half teaspoon of baking soda, a scant little 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I may cut that in half for Jen's low sodium. 1 stick of margarine, not butter, margarine. We want this to melt at a lower temperature than what butter does, so go with margarine on this one. 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is just a little bit that we had left over in a bottle. We just stuck it in this thing. We'll need 1 cup of a sugar substitute. Okay, it can be whatever you want, but make sure it transverses 1-to-1 ratios, okay? Most of them do nowadays. So yeah, just a standard sugar replacement, sugar substitute. I need 1.25 cups of quick oats, instant oats, whatever you want to call them, rolled oats. So we'll need 1 1/4 cups of that. And then we need a 1/2 cup of raisins. Over here, I got all my measuring utensils out. I've got a couple of baking sheets, couple of cookie sheets, and a 1 tablespoon scoop, disher, whatever you want to call it. And yes, of course, my little doggy is here too. Yes, she's doing very well. We have her named Missy, and as you can see, she is a ball of energy. She just woke up from a big nap. And so yeah, she's raring to go, and I want to do some cooking. All right. Go get it. Okay, the other thing that we're going to need too is a paper plate, and I'll show you why here, because this will make it a lot easier when it comes to mixing time, okay? A good stand mixer would also help too, but if you just have a handheld mixer, that'd be great too. But I need this bowl right now. Now what you can do before you start measuring out anything, if you need sifted flour, just twirl your container like this. That aerates the flour and fluffs it up a little bit. And we need 1 cup. So 1 level cup of flour. Putting that on my paper plate. One teaspoon of cinnamon. Try to get off as much as I can because I don't want to put cinnamon into my baking powder. I need 1 teaspoon, because remember the recipe calls for half a teaspoon, but you have to double this sodium-free stuff. So 1 teaspoon. My baking soda here. So 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm not going to put in the full 1/4. I'm going to use about 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so in the bowl, I am going to take that stick of margarine. Now this is room temperature. Stick of room temperature margarine. Going to put in my 1 egg. Need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, this is my 1 cup of sugar substitute. Just like that, 1 cup. Yeah, see?
His favorite baking assistant.
Yep, this is my kitchen helper. Okay guys, so I got everything in here. I got the sugar substitute, the butter, the egg, all in here. I'm gonna put it down, lock it down so it doesn't move up. And then we're going to just start this on low, and we're going to start creaming all this together. It looks like everything is getting well incorporated. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Alright, that's actually looking really good. You notice how it's lighter in color now? So I'm actually going to stop it. Now this is where the paper plate comes in. Nice low speed. I can bend the plate and just kind of drizzle in. Yeah, can you drizzle a dry ingredient? But I can slowly add it in. That way I don't dump it all in, turn the mixer on, and have a flour cloud in the kitchen. I can wait for it all to get mixed in. There, see? And no big poof of flour everywhere. Okay, now I can turn it up. Make sure it's all mixed in very well. Okay, so there's my ingredients all mixed up. Looking good. Okay, so now we can put in the oatmeal and the raisins. Okay, now what I want to do is the plate that I had the flour and stuff on, I'm going to pour my raisins out on it. I'm going to take the 1/4 cup of oats and put it on the plate, and I'm just going to kind of rub it around. Basically what I'm trying to do is break up all the clumps of raisins and get them coated and separated well, because there's a little, there's fine powder that's in the oatmeal, and we'll coat the raisins with that. That way they're all separated and not having big clumps like that. Okay, so yep, there we go. That looks pretty good. A couple of, wow, that's actually a big raisin. All right, so yeah, looks like everything's all together. So now what I'm going to do, I want to show you this though. You see how that oatmeal has kind of coated all the raisins? You got that fine dust that's all over it, and that's what you're wanting. Okay, that way they're all separated. They're not clumped together or anything like that. That's awesome. I like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to add the 1 cup on the top. We're going to turn again the mixer on low for now, and we're just going to slowly add in our oats and raisins. Now this is going to become a pretty heavy mass. It really will. Okay, there we go. There's all that. Now I'm going to slowly increase the speed. All right, now that everything's mixed together, as you can see, you get a big mass here. Clean off your beater quick. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I always try to get most of it. All right, so there is our cookie dough. Looks pretty decent. Okay, so what we gotta do now is we need to preheat the oven to 375. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, just grab, hey girl, Poochie dog came to see me. Okay, so like I said, I've got a 1 tablespoon scoop here. You don't have to use a scoop. You can use just a regular spoon or whatever like that, but make it about a tablespoon. Ungreased cookie sheet. And you should end up with maybe about 36 of them. Yeah, about 3 dozen, I think, is about what we get. I'm packing the dough in there pretty good. You know, really push it in, try to really form the shape of the scoop. All right, so I got to do a little bit of rearranging on my shelves here because of my pans. They're so wide. So second to top rack and my second to bottom rack is what I'm going to set up. One goes on one shelf towards one side. The other goes on the bottom on the other side. All right, now we're going to set the timer for 10 minutes. It could be 10 to 12, anywhere in there, but we're going to start with 10 minutes. Okay, guys, so one thing I want to make clear too is that you can use pretty much any dried fruit you want in this recipe. You really can. And if you don't want to make it a diabetic recipe, switch out the sugar substitute for standard sugar. Okay, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So we used 1 cup of substitute, use 1 cup of regular. Okay, cool. All right, but yeah, when it comes to the fruit, you don't have to use raisins. If you don't like raisins, don't use them. You could use dried apples. You could use dried blueberries, dried raspberries, anything. You can even throw some nuts in there if you want. I'm not a big fan of nuts, and actually our youngest daughter, Victoria, actually has a nut allergy, so we tried very hard not to cook with any nuts in here. Peanuts are fine because that's a legume, it's not an actual nut, okay? But yeah, this is a universal oatmeal cookie. Do what you want with it, have fun, and enjoy them. That's going to be the best part. Now, I still got a few more minutes left on the oven, and then we'll give these a taste test. Okay, so there's our 10 minutes. I'm not going to turn the oven off yet because I might need to add a couple minutes. Oh, no, this is good. So now I'll turn the oven off. Oh yeah, those are nice. Nice and golden brown. There we go, guys. Check out those. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I know they didn't flatten. And if you want a flatter cookie, all you got to do is take like a glass, you know, a cup or something. And after you portion them out, you just take the cup and you just press them down. Okay, if you want a flat cookie. These are fine to me. Now the hard part. They have to sit there and cool down for probably 5 minutes for the starches and stuff to really set up, so you know it doesn't kind of crumble apart on you. So now I gotta wait. Okay guys, let's take one of these off. Ooh, kind of stuck on there. Stuck on there a little harder than I thought they would be. But yeah, nice little cookie there, huh? That's not bad. It's got that little hint of cinnamon in there. Not overpowering. That's a damn fine oatmeal raisin cookie. It really is. Then, think of it this way. You're using sugar substitute, not real sugar. And oatmeal is very good for blood sugar. Very good cookie. All right, this is Mark, and thanks again for watching. I will see you guys on the road.